I did want to tell you a short story real quick though, because I had a blast, and it was me and my buddies being idiots,
Mhm.
and
Yep.
so
Hmm.
we were up in Kansas. That's where I was on my little hiatus thing,
All right.
and in Kansas, they live, or it's we were visiting some of my buddy's family up in Kansas, and they live out in the, well, I mean, Kansas is pretty much all plains, but they live
Yeah.
up on this little hill out in kind of the middle of nowhere. It's not too far from this one town between Topeka and Manhattan. But anyway, that's beside the point. But so we did a lot of fireworks because on our way there we drove. We picked up a bunch of fireworks in Wyoming because in Wyoming they don't really have laws on fireworks. It's just
Oh,
completely like, hey, come buy the biggest crap you can buy. And
dude,
so
that's awesome.
yeah, I know it was super cool. But so we went, or we were doing fireworks one night, and we lit off a bunch of mortars and bottle rockets and stuff like that. And finally, we got to this one called the Gettysburg, and it had
Oh,
a picture of Civil War soldiers on it. And
oh, dang.
I put it down. I was not thinking at all. I put it so we had a box, like a
Uh,
I don't know what they call them. It had like a bunch of holes in it, and I don't know. It was just like a plastic box, and we set it down. And then I had the Gettysburg box, and I put it on top of it instead of inside of it because it was upside down. And I didn't think twice about that, which was really
uh-oh.
stupid. And
Yeah.
so, anyway, I lit it, and then I walked back a ways, and first shot, it shot straight up into the air, and the second, and then it flipped itself over, like threw
No.
itself off of the box. And so
Uh-oh.
my buddy was standing down the road, and we were standing on the other side of the road, and then on both sides was a field. And my other buddy was standing in the field. And so it threw itself over at the guy in the road, shot two of them at him, and he
Oh my
was just like
God.
sprinting for his life. And and then it turned itself over, shot into the field, shot into the other side of the field where my buddy was, and then it turned and started shooting at me and my other guy or a friend that was next to me. And luckily we
What?
had a truck. There was a truck there, and so we went behind the truck, and I'm not kidding, it exploded like right next to the window. I don't know how it didn't break the window. But it was
Crap,
just
dude.
zoom, boosh, like right next to us. It was the real Battle of Gettysburg. That's what we said afterwards.
That's what you paid for, dude.
Exactly. Oh man, but
You
that
paid
was
for a Civil War reenactment. That's what you got.
yeah.
How much was it? I bet it was a lot. Like,
It wasn't even that much because Wyoming, that's like all their
yeah,
fireworks is the good ones. So it was like maybe I think $25, but it had
dude.
at least like 25 shots in it,
Yeah.
one per dollar, you know. So it like and the rest of the family was up on the top of the hill, and so they're
Oh.
watching us light off the fireworks, and all of a sudden they just start exploding in the field, and they're like, "Oh," And one of
Did
them
the
came.
field catch fire at all?
No, I don't know
Okay.
how, because it was dry grass. I don't know how
Yeah.
it didn't catch fire.
Yeah, Kansas. Yeah.
Yeah, but actually, that one of the times it wasn't because of fireworks. Actually, wait, yes, it was. So my friend, the one that took me there, his brother, and then the other friend that he brought, were out riding quads just on the trails that were out there, kind of in the middle of nowhere,
Hmm.
and so me and the other buddy were just sitting at the house watching, I think 2012. I don't know. We were watching some movie, and we were sitting there, and like maybe an hour into the movie, some of the other family members come by and said, "Do you guys hear about the fire?" And we're like, "What?" you know. And turns
Yeah.
out, so okay, so I'm going to say names now because it gets confusing without names. So
All right.
my friend that took me was Jackson, and me and Jackson were just sitting on the couch watching 2012. Meanwhile, Nick and Brandon were the other two, and they were out, on the quad, and they had fireworks. Little did I know, because they said that they only had firecrackers, and they said that supposedly they threw firecrackers into the middle of the road, and one of them launched off into the field and caught fire, which
Uh-oh.
is pretty unlikely considering
Yeah.
what happened before, and that a firecracker doesn't really catch fire. But anyway, and so the whole thing was that one of those went into the field, caught it on fire, and it was like a crop field too. It was right next to this patch of dry grass, and it caught fire, and it was at least probably an acre's worth of fire, and but it stopped because there was green around the dry patch, they were so lucky, and I guess because in that place in Kansas there really isn't a fire department, but there is volunteer work, and so I guess 7 fire trucks came from different places, and it was just this big thing. The 2 guys, Nick and Brandon, got in the newspaper, and the neighbors actually, we can't believe that they didn't get mad. They were just like, they actually came out with shovels and started beating the fire, I guess. And
neighbors.
I know, and they I guess they didn't charge anything. They just thought the kids were being dumb, and they were like, okay, it's fine, you know. I mean, Nick and Brandon are so lucky they didn't get in bigger trouble. But I guess so later on in the night, after the fire had been put out and everybody was okay, they showed me in private the video of how it caught fire. And it was not firecrackers. It was a rocket. Like, they were... so they lied about the firecrackers because they didn't want to get in big trouble. So I watched the video, and it's the little rocket, and it goes straight up, and it just drops. And then, and then boosh into the field, and that's what caught fire. Like...
Oh, God.
They were not being very intelligent.
Dude, my heart would stop seeing that thing just go up and not explode and then just start falling down.
I know.
Like, oh, no.
Oh, it was freaking... Yeah.
That's crazy.
A lot of fireworks stories there.
Fireworks are fun.
They are fun. Very fun. Is when you're being safe. And when you're not. They're fun to mess around with, but, you know.
Ever had Roman candle fights or anything like that?
No, but I want to so bad. I wish we didn't buy any Roman candles, actually. But,
it's pretty funny.
It is. It is. You got stories from that?
Not really.
Mm-hmm.
We just sometimes on the 4th of July, just like if we're, you know, in the backwoods or something, mom's not looking, mom and dad ain't looking, we're just like, you better start running, boy. As it's like lighting
load
one.
the cannons.
It's like,
that's
not
cool.
fair. Gotta have a fair fight. You gotta give me one. He's like, all right.
Yeah.
There's an honor to Roman candle fights. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Can't be defenseless. That's stupid.
Yeah. My uncle, he used to, or he went to Mexico when he was a little kid, or not little kid, but teenager, and him and some of his buddies were there, or he made friends in Mexico or something, and they bought a ton of bottle rockets, and they just dug trenches on this beach, and they just had wars with bottle rockets. That's what he told me.
Dude, that's awesome.
I know.
Sick.
I would love to do that. I mean, aside from, you know, almost getting my hand blown off by a firework coming at me, but I mean, what should we call it? What did I am having a brain fart. What are they called? The bottle rockets. There we go. They aren't that explosive, but I don't know.
They're inaccurate
really
too.
fun.
You can't really aim them most of the time.
I mean,
so.
can you imagine
that's a good
sitting in a sand just trench and just hearing next to you, like. That sounds like a blast. But yeah,
it's like World War I reenactment.
Honestly, boys,
sounds like fun.
But yeah, 24 minutes. That's probably just about good for this episode. Unless
all right,
you got any more stories you want to tell?
No, I'm good.
Well, I mean, this has been a blast, man. And you know,
yeah, it's been fun.
Well, gladly we can do more of these. I just am sticking to somewhat shorter ones for now.
Play some Steam games too.
Heck yeah. Who knows?
Yeah.
I'll have to figure that out. But anyway, yeah, thanks for coming by. It's been a blast.
Anytime, dude.
Heck yeah. Everybody go subscribe to Silverleaf Boy. He's a cool dude. You know, we've sharing stories. He's real friendly. He doesn't bite. And yeah. Alrighty. Auf Wiedersehen.
See you, dude.